Hey, it's Rob and welcome to Axe's Garage. Yep, we got Cosmo out here, and it's been a while since Cosmo's been in a video. But if you remember way back when, we put the geomet coated front brakes on Cosmo when we did the whole front end over, and we did a whole front end playlist and project. I'll link the front end playlist right up here. And Emily was using Cosmo running back. It was the daily driver for Emily, and Emily was running back and forth to school in South Carolina. She did that for 2 years. Cosmo ran like a champ, other than a leaky AC evaporator, which we just throw a can in every now and then to keep it charged for her, and Cosmo runs like a top. Then Emily got a newer car to go back and forth to school. Cosmo sits for the winter. Well, it sits while she's at school, and then when she comes home from school, she switches over to Cosmo and uses Cosmo a little bit, and it's her summer car for the most part. However, Cosmo sat pretty much from September, October until May, and other than having a solar charger on the battery, and I would start it up every 2-3 weeks, we didn't really use Cosmo at all. And we parked Cosmo, everything was running fine. However, come May, take the solar charger off, start Cosmo up, check all the fluids, everything is good, and we start using Cosmo. And as you can expect from sitting out in the weather for 8 months, 9 months, wow, it's a little day today. You get a little rust on the rotors and the brakes, and it's a little crunchy when your first couple blocks or so, or first mile or two, and then everything kind of works itself in. Well, that didn't happen with Cosmo. Cosmo, we were getting a huge pulsating in the pedal, indicating warped rotors, and I said, it can't be, it just sat. How could anything happen like that? So we continued to drive it. It got a hair better, but still a lot of warpage in the rotors. Wheel doing this, when you put your foot on the brake hard, it's disastrous, and nobody will drive Cosmo. Emily won't drive it, my wife won't drive it. I've driven it a bunch of times, and yeah, it's bad. It's not getting any better after a week or two of driving, and I don't understand. I've never had rotors warp like that just sitting over the winter. So we're gonna pull the wheel up, see what's going on, and probably just put a new set of brakes on. All right, so you could see, I mean, it's just rusty. I don't understand the pulsation. Like, you would think the rust would just wear off with use, and it's not. It's just a lot of pulsation. I really don't understand it. Really, I mean, it doesn't, it's rusty, but they're just not wearing in. Like, it's not going away. I don't know if it's just it can't be rust. The pulsation in the pedal is just huge. I mean, the brakes are like new, but the rotors just look like crap. So everything is still lubed. I mean, it's funny. Everything's lubed like they were just done. I mean, the pads are in great shape. Even wear. What a shame. What a shame to have to waste all this money because they freaking warped like that. I mean, the pulsation in the pedal is probably worse than I've ever felt on any of the cars I've owned. And the tool barely fits in with the brake pad. I mean, this looks like the spot right here. You know, I'm making contact through here, 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 and here's my bump. Gotta be it. Was it where the pad was sitting the entire winter? Really strange. This is where the pad was sitting, I'm guessing. Right? I mean, it's you could see it like here, right? I'm grooving into the rotor, and then here it's just rust, like rust checking, right? But I mean, look at even my friction area. It's horrible because of the rust checking. That's got to be it. Incredible. I mean, everything is clean. I'm not even gonna have to, you know, clean the hubs. Everything is lubed and clean. Crazy, crazy. Now, I've used POWERSTOP in the past. This time we're going with asbestos. I'll link it in the description below. They're painted rotors. Nice rotor in a bag. What I usually do is lube the hub with the inside hat on the rotor, just with a little lube, and only just to prevent that rust from happening. So when you got to take the rotors off, you're not giving them a beating. There's probably enough lube on the hub where I really don't have to do this. I'm just doing it for good measure. Ugh. Just to hold the rotor in place. And just a little lube where you have the metal-to-metal contact. Helps prevent noise. So here on the passenger side, looks like we got more of the same. Might even be a little worse. I could look it up, but I'm too lazy. All right, so I'll leave that up there. Take this rotor off and we'll take a look at it. Wow, this one you can't even tell where the outer brake pad was. It's just rust jacking everywhere. And then on the inside, yeah, I got like a clean spot, and rust jacking, but it's still, it's just ridiculous. I've never seen, I've never had this where the car just sat for 8 or 9 months and now there's so much run out in the rotors, they're just pulsing the brake pedal. It's incredible. I mean, everything is still lubed nice. This side, the driver's side, so it's the street side that gets more of the spray on the road when cars are going by. You know, it's a little more rusty than the other side. It's still not horrible at all. I mean, it's not, it's rust colored, I should say. It's not rusty. You know, so so I'll give it a little wipe with some more lube. But you know, everything's a little bit more rusty because this is the street side where it's parked, but still, I just don't understand. This shouldn't happen. It's never happened before. Really shouldn't happen. There were all little tabs, little pins or nipples on the brake pad, back of the brake pad that fit into these holes right here. Here's my part number. If that's on camera there. For the asbestos. Like I said, I'll link it in the description if I can find a good link for it. I'm amazed that the POWERSTOPs rusted like they did. I mean, we've been using POWERSTOPs for more than 10 years now. When they first came out, I ran across POWERSTOPs on the Amazons, and I thought it was a Chinese Amazon kind of company. And we spoke about it, and somebody commented on the video and said, no, those POWERSTOPs are pretty good. They're made in the USA. And I started using them, and I really like them. What I'm doing is I'm just wiping a little of this synthetic white grease that I use on the inside of the rotor, just so that the rotor to hub surface doesn't rust and seize. So I started using the POWERSTOP brakes, and I really like them, and they worked out really well. I was using them on all the Suburbans and Tahoes and stuff, and I actually got in touch with POWERSTOP to see if they wanted to do any kind of sponsoring, and they said no. They said I was too small a YouTube guy and they weren't interested, which is fine. That's their prerogative. I did, however, I'm not a dick. I like their product, and I'm going to continue to use their product. But this was the first time I used their base stuff was on this. It was just a normal factory replacement, geomet coated, and as you can see, they didn't hold up. All the other POWERSTOP stuff that I've ever used did hold up very well. All right, all you got to do is push your sliders back to make sure that everything goes in. Sometimes the sliders will come out. So anyway, I've been using all this shit, and then with the Jeep, I really didn't need like the Z this or the Z that, or like the higher performance cross-drilled rotors stuff. I just figured the geomet coated, or the coated, I don't know if I'm using the geomet term correctly. But they're coated rotor because of the rust issues that we had with this. When we went and did the front end, everything was just so rusty. Especially here in New York, everything rusts, and I was hoping to prevent a little bit of rust. However, worse than standard brakes. So this time around, I saw this Rebestos set, Rebestos, and they're painted on the hat. They're painted here. Hopefully, these will hold up to the rust better. Who knows? All right, so pretty simple, straightforward. Make sure your metal-to-metal contact's got some lube. Make sure your sliding surface there, metal-to-metal contact, has some lube. Make sure your caliper pins and sliders slide nice and easy. And don't over-tighten these. Just give them a little, and you're good to go. I'm gonna lube my front end grease zerks while I got everything off, and I'll get this wheel on and we'll close it up. After I got them just tapped in nice and slow with the impact, I will torque them down. Alright, so I torque the wheels down. The torque specs are all over the place on these things. The book says like 87 to 100. I do 110. So torque the wheels down to 110. I'll go and I'll lightly press the pedal, get some fluid back into the calipers, and take it for a little scoot, make sure everything's good. I think we'll be fine. I just can't believe the amount of rust on those POWERSTOP brakes. I won't use the standard ones again, that's for sure. I never had those trouble, even vehicles sitting with the truck and tow, which is the ones I usually use on the Suburbans and the Tahoes. Even the performance ones I've used, and never had that problem. A lot of my vehicles do sit for months at a time because we got a lot of vehicles, and that's just what we do. So this is good. Emily could start driving it again. She'll be happy. She could use her summer car for the summer, and we're all set. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about these rust issues. Have you had this? Ever experienced this kind of problem? I never have. You know, the IROC sits all winter, and then when we go to use it in the summer, when it's running well, you see it back there, still not running well, but when it's running well, you know, a couple blocks just to get that surface rust off the rotors and everything's good. Never whooped like that though. That's kind of crazy. Let me know what you think, and as always, thanks for watching.